This is why I don't believe in him. And the fact that he got given a contract before the season was over, before anything is achieved, I feel Ole all over again. I feel what you guys are Ole all over again. Because he hasn't achieved anything. Why is he getting a contract?
The difference between Mike L and Ole was that Mike L has a trophy behind him in a proper trophy. Not those Norwegian trophies that no one cares about, yeah? He's got a proper trophy.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yes, people, another edition of the Knightz Roundtable discussions where we discuss all sports all the time. Got my guy, The Truth, in the building. How you doing, sir?
All good in the hood, man.
Glad to hear it, people. It's a big week in terms of football. It's massive, obviously. Sorry, Footie Chat is back, just so you don't know. I'm so excited that I was just trying to get into it straight away. Footie Chat is back. Mr. KA is MIA at the moment. So whether he jumps on or not, we don't know. But whether he's here or not, as The Truth would say, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's a massive week in terms of football. North London derby being at the top of the list. So we are going to dive right into that straight away. But as usual, before we start, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up, all that good stuff. As I say all the time, share. We are here, and don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. Currently got City and Wolves on in the background, and Chelsea in the background. The Truth is trying to pray for Lukaku to score 4 goals in 5 minutes.
Come on, Lukaku, we can do it. We can do it. So we'll be the greatest comeback. Better than Real Madrid against Cities.
People, we all know that's not going to happen, but we'll let the truth. We'll let the truth believe that. But he's got his red cap on because it's that time of the season, crucial game, the game that was postponed in January, innit? January. Yeah, from January. The North London derby is here.
They set us up though. They set us up nicely. You know, we could have played that game at any time. Yeah.
Nah. Because that is your own fault. As Sterling scored to make it 4-1. Okay. Oh no, he's offside. No, he's offside. I know, for your fantasy league. But nah, because you lot shouldn't have postponed it. You should have played.
No. We couldn't play. We wanted to win, so we couldn't play at the time. Like, it's all about the 3 points. But the thing is, they could have played that game at any time. But they knew that we could be battling for top 4, so they kept it all the way to the end. Pissed me off.
Listen. There's nothing better than having something on the line when it comes to a North London derby, and it's going to be a massive one. And people, hold on a minute. Before we get into that, because we haven't spoken Arsenal in a while, and I'm sorry, but
fam,
Mike L. Let's just for a second.
Fam, the fact you addressed him as Mike L, already destroyed. Already stopped everything that you're gonna do. You already addressed him as Mike L. So I want to hear just negativity because you said Mike L.
No. Mike L. What a job! What a job that this man has done. If we just roll back to January when Aubameyang was sold, it looked like it was doom and gloom. Xhaka didn't get let go again. Like, everyone thought the world was over. Everyone said Mike didn't know what he was doing. And look at this. Arsenal, 4th in the Premier League, 4 points above Spurs, completely blown United out of the top 4 race. Right, fair enough. Chelsea are winning right now, so yeah, 3rd place. But 3rd place is technically still up for grabs. And he's done it with no resources whatsoever, having Lacazette and Eddie Murphy and Ketia up front. Listen, round of applause for Mike L, because
guys,
the fact that he is getting so much out of a young team, no strikers, right? He's galvanized. Xhaka looking like a prime Javi Alonso. Are you mad?
Oh my days.
Are you mad? Xhaka,
Oh, dang. Hey.
hold on.
Hey,
Xhaka,
Liverpool fans are going to come for you, fam. I'm sorry. That is criminal.
Hold on. Xhaka, the man that is hated. The truth hates Xhaka more than anybody else, right? And Xhaka has put Arsenal on his back. Remember that, on his back. Partey got injured. Everyone thought the midfield was over. He brought Lokonga through. I'm not going to lie, Lokonga is looking mad suspect, but he's young. But then El Nene comes in, and El Nene steadies the ship, the experience. And then you've got Odegaard, and Saka, and Martinelli, and Smith Rowe, and then Eddie Murphy at the top. And you're telling me this isn't down to the tactical genius of Mike L. putting them cones out for Pep, taking notes. True, I don't want to hear no slander from Mike L, because at the end of the day, the man has put you in a position where top four is basically guaranteed. So before we get into the North London derby, right, I want to hear you, right, give the man his credit and praise and be happy that the club are looking forward and have given him that contract.
All I'm saying is that, have we got top four yet? Have we got top four? I don't live in the world of maybes. I don't live in the world of ifs and buts. Let us get to the end of the season, then we'll discuss. First of all, that contract is absurd. You can always judge how good a manager is by what other fans think. If other fans want your manager to stay at your club, that means the manager is doing something wrong. Let's get that straight. Yeah? We all wanted Ole to stay. Even now, we're like, rip up the contract for Ten Hag. We want Rangnick. Yeah? Everybody wants the manager that is doing poorly to stay, or not the guy. We all know, yeah, that Arteta is still suspect. I don't care what his run is like. For me, personally, I feel we have got to where we are because how bad United and Tottenham have been. Personally, I don't feel it's based on merit. I don't feel it's based on merit. Yes, we've got a few decent results, specifically the Chelsea result only, but those 3 losses, they still... Think about it. If those 3 losses don't happen, we've confirmed third place. Third place would have been wrapped up by now. If those 3 losses didn't happen. And that's what still gets me. This is why I don't believe in him. And the fact that he got given a contract before the season was over, before anything is achieved, I feel Ole all over again. I feel what you guys are Ole all over again. Because he hasn't achieved anything. Why is he getting a contract?
The difference between Mike L and Ole was that Mike L has a trophy behind him in a proper trophy, not those Norwegian trophies that no one cares about. Yeah, he's got a proper trophy, the FA Cup, the history. You're the one that loves the FA Cup, right? The history, everything behind it. Wembley Stadium, everything. Mike L has got that behind him. He's got the tutelage of Pep behind him, and we're seeing that football come out.
And he gets to leave, Arsenal. And he gets to leave with his head held up high. But the one thing is that we are building a team. We're going to slow down our build if Arteta is not the right man. And as of yet, he hasn't proved to me that he is the right man. Even if he gets top 4. If he gets top 4, what he has done is buy himself time. But for me, I'm not looking at this season. All Arsenal fans are like, yeah, we're going to be playing the Champions League here, the Champions League. I don't care about the Champions League music. Because what happens if we go to Champions League and we get whooped and we're out and we're going to Europa League in the first round? I want to see progress. For me, forget everything. I want to see progress. I want to see what Liverpool did. Liverpool was progress. It was steps. If we go next season, don't qualify for Champions League, don't have a good run in the Champions League, that's not progress to me. The next step now is to challenge the big sides. Challenge the big sides.
But you're doing that. You are doing that. I mean, I think the difference is the one thing that Mike L hasn't had compared to the other managers is the Champions League football. Obviously, we all know Champions League football attracts better players. So this will be, I mean, I think everybody but you knows that Champions League football is confirmed. But if he gets Champions League football, you have the right now to go and attract better players, not the top players, obviously not, but better players, because it's not, we're not in Europe, it's not we're in the Conference League, it's not we're in Europa League, we are in the Champions League now, we are back. And that coincides with being in London and all the rest of it and blah, blah, blah. So this will be his first opportunity to have a transfer window where he can say, all right, we're not going for the third tier set of players. We can now go for the second tier because we can say we've got Champions League football. So I think with Arteta now, it's a case of if top four goes the way it goes, there's no excuses next season. And I completely agree with you. There has to be a form of progress. You can't do the same thing that you do this season because the pressure is going to be higher and the excuses are going to be less, especially if you have a good transfer window. Especially if you have a good transfer window.
Exactly. And as I said, to be honest, I'm not even looking at trophies because as we have mentioned before, Man City and Liverpool are on a different planet.
Yeah, 100.
They're on a different planet. But what we need to do is build a squad that can have a decent trophy run. And for me, we need to be the next team up because Chelsea's got a huge job rebuilding.
No, I was just about to say, yeah, you're right.
Chelsea's got a huge job rebuilding.
They've got a huge rebuilding job, but I wouldn't say you lot should be the next team after Liverpool and City next season purely because of the manager that Chelsea have got. But I get what you're saying.
Because of the manager, we should be the next team up. Unless Tuchel suddenly changes to having 4 at the back, he is not going anywhere.
Yeah, but I'm not believing in Tuchel. He's got the pedigree. He's got the pedigree. Yes, the French league isn't the best.
Do you not realize? Do you not realize what's happening this season is exactly what happened at the end of last season? Remember, their form tailed off. They tailed off, and they got in the Champions League top 4 because Leicester lost their last game.
Well, we're going to get to Chelsea because I like the Tuchel slander. But what I will say is because of when you put the managers into perspective, you would say Tuchel's got the more experience. He's won more trophies. So as big as the Chelsea rebuilding job is, and the fact that he's at Chelsea as well. So we don't know what their owners and whatever's going to happen. But we'll get into Chelsea when we touch on the FA Cup. But Mike L definitely has a big job in his hands, and there's no bigger job to complete than in the North London derby away at the who is it the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I think that's what it's called now. Literally. Truth, there's 4 points in it. Doesn't really matter if you lot win or lose, to be honest, in my opinion. It doesn't matter.
Why?
But
it does.
It does. Because you're still a point ahead, even if you lose, you're still a point ahead.
All it is if you're a point, but then momentum and pressure starts to build. And while I do feel that we could win the Newcastle game relatively easily.
Away at Newcastle?
Yeah. Newcastle are overrated.
I don't think they're overrated. I think they've had a good... they were so bad. They were so bad that now, because they've got a few results, everyone's kind of gassed. But
they
were so bad.
Yeah, they don't score enough. They expected the XG is really poor. You can't live on that. So I think Newcastle, I'd be confident in getting a win. But the Everton game, if they need to win that game, then it's going to be a battle. And I do not want it to come down to last day. My heart can't take it.
I mean, for the neutral, that's what we all want. As a neutral, we want it to come down to the last day.
No last day nonsense. I want it to be wrapped up tomorrow, to be honest, but I don't think it will be.
Exactly. It can get wrapped up tomorrow. Listen, as much as I believe it doesn't matter if you lose, it's still the North London derby. It is still a massive game, and obviously all the permutations behind it. Because if you not win, that's Champions League basically wrapped up. If you lose, Chelsea are, Tottenham are a point behind, breathing down your necks. If it's
Yeah.
a draw, look, in my honest opinion, as long as you lot don't lose, I think top four is basically done, in my opinion. But nevertheless, it is a massive game. So my question to you is, how does Arteta approach this game? I know you're an advocate of
attacking football.
Yeah,
dominating the game.
Of attacking football as Kevin De Bruyne scores his fourth.
Oh my days.
You're an advocate of attacking football, but truth, you don't have to win. And I know what you're going to say, and I know what's going to come out of your mouth, but would it be all right if Mike L was just not saying part of the bus, but just a little bit cautious, considering how how Tottenham play, and they love to play on the counter attack?
You know what? Normally, because there's so much on the line, I would say exactly what you just said. Sorry, let's get my charger in. Yeah, I would say exactly what you just said, because normally I'd be like, let's go for it. We're ahead. Let's use that advantage. But if in this state, if we go and attack Spurs, we are going to play into their hands. We saw what they done against Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
I have to admit, Harry Kane and Son, to an extent, Kulusevski.
I told you about Kulusevski.
These guys are getting telepathic, so they don't need loads of chances. They don't need much chances to score the odd goal, and they will happily sit on that.
Mm.
The hard thing for Tottenham to do is break teams down, as we've seen.
Yeah, 100.
As we've seen. If we keep the ball, make it a scrappy game, make it tight, I believe the longer it goes, the more edgy their fans will get, the more edgy they will get.
Yep, 100.
And the later the game is, where they have to win it, they're going to open up space.
Remember, they have to go in and win.
Yeah, so I wouldn't go off gung-ho at all. In fact, this is the one game where I would say I want us to play it smart. I don't mind playing on the back foot for this game for once, because there's so much on the line. There's so much on the line because this is 2 years of development either way. If we get Champions League, we skip ahead 2 years because no one was expecting to get Champions League football. Europa League was our target. If we don't get it, then it's an issue. So, yeah, I'll allow Arteta this one time to play a little bit more pragmatic than I would like.
I think that's the yeah, I would agree with that completely. As I said, I think if you could be a little bit more pragmatic and not play into Spurs' hands and let them have the ball and see what they do, because we all know they haven't got a midfield.
Yeah.
So they're not a team. Obviously, we know Sugarcane drops deep, but he needs space to play them balls. It's not like he plays them passes in between the lines. He needs space to play them balls over the top. Those are the types of balls that he likes to play. So I think if Arsenal are a little bit more compact, and Arsenal got the pace, Martinelli has to play. Yeah. He has to play in this game. Not Smith Rowe. Obviously, we know Saka, Odegaard will play. Eddie Murphy and Ketia.
Yeah.
I wouldn't play him in this game.
Whoa, really?
I think there's two reasons. One, it's going to be one of them games where you are going to be on the back foot. So you're going to need someone that does hold up the ball and play them passes. And if Lacazette can do a half job of what Harry Kane is, drop deep, hold up the ball, lay it off, and allow Odegaard to then play their balls in behind to Martinelli and Saka, I think that will play to your advantage. Two, as much as players go in and out of form, you've got to take into consideration teams that players love playing against. And we all know Lacazette loves playing against Tottenham. He brings his complete A game when he plays against Tottenham. That's why I would say, I think in this game, just as an isolated, I know Eddie Nketiah is on form, he's got 4 and 4, but I think in this game, and thirdly, the experience of Lacazette as well. I think it's a game for Laka.
With Saka, unfortunately, he's got a knock.
Oh, he'll still play. He'll play.
Yeah, he's a doubt. So it's possible that we could go Lacazette and Eddie.
Nah, I can't see that happening. If anything, Smith Rowe will just come in because we know Arteta doesn't trust Pepe.
No, as in, but Lacazette and Kessie, I wouldn't mind. And put Lacazette in the number 10 and push Odegaard out wide. I think.
Nah, I don't. Odegaard is one of them. Like, it's funny because I can't believe we're calling it, but Odegaard's one of them throwbacks. He's just a number 10. He operates well in that number 10.
But I think he operates on the wing. The wing, he's natural on the wing as well.
And do you really but realistically, do you really Odegaard up against Reguilon doesn't do it for me.
Reguilon's
it doesn't. Then it will be Sessegnon. Still doesn't do it for me. Whereas Odegaard against Saka or Smith Rowe does it for me. Personally, in terms of Sessegnon is rubbish, bruv. He's absolutely rubbish.
Bro, both their fullbacks are rubbish. We need to be.
Yeah.
But
that's why I said Martinelli has to play because I want to see him against Emerson. I just think that's going to be comedy gold, bruv.
Oh man, that's true. But this game, I'm more than happy to sit back, let Tottenham have the ball. I think that's what we have to do. They're gonna be they have to come out and play. Mm-hmm. They have to come out and play. It doesn't make sense us going gung ho. Let's not turn this like that because they will sit on a 1-0 all day. That's how Conte likes to play. Conte is 100%. A good front runner. He's not the best at when he has to chase. When he has to chase an other team sitting back.
It's true, and we look at in the last 10 games we played against each other. It can't be more equal. It's 4 wins for Arsenal, 4 wins for Tottenham, and 2 draws. So
no wins away though.
Well, I mean, you lot haven't won away there since I think I said it last season. The still hasn't changed. In 2014. So it's been 8 years since you lot won there. That Rosicky goal all them years ago, bruv.
Exactly, and it's our first time our fans will be in the stadium. Imagine saying that.
Oh yeah, that's mad.
Exactly, it's the first time our fans are going to be there. So
that's mad. That's going to be electric. But truth.
Mm-hmm.
If Mike L was to lose this game, do you think the wheels will come off? It being a young team. Inter equalized.
Yes, come on.
It being a young team, Arteta still being an inexperienced manager. Could the wheels come off? Could the pressure get you? I know you said Newcastle aren't the best, but it is away at Newcastle. Anything can happen there. And then if Everton still have to play to survive, you got Everton at home, whereas Spurs' last 2 games are Burnley at home and Norwich away. So could the wheels come off? Could the pressure the players, if they were to lose this game and lose the confidence and the momentum that they've got based on the last 4 games? You lot won the last 4 games in a row.
Easily. Because at the end of the day, this team is young. They're going for something that's unprecedented that we haven't seen for how many years. I keep on saying it's so unfair that we have to put this pressure on 20-year-old players like Smith Rowe and Saka, even Odegaard, who's very young. It'd be an amazing achievement. But that being said, we just had the chances, and if the wheels come off, I will question not only Arteta, I will question the choice again to give him a contract extension when nothing has been achieved yet. He has no excuse. For me, actually, he's got no excuse this season, though. Like, what's his excuse could be? Like, you're 4 points clear, 3 games to go. I feel there's no excuse to have. So if he flops from here, then I think questions need to be asked.
Yeah, no, I can't disagree. As much as I banter it, I can't disagree. You're in pole position. You're 4 points ahead. Even if you lose this game to your rivals, it's away. The record against Spurs isn't great, and that's from managers before you. But if you were to throw away top 4, then serious questions would have to be asked about Mike L. From a Spurs perspective, Truth. How big would it be if Conte were to win this game and go on to then take Tottenham to top four? Bear in mind where they were at Christmas and the squad that they have. This could be one of the biggest achievements without a trophy that Conte would have.
I want to say they need it, but Spurs don't have a plan going forward right now. They don't have a plan. I'm sorry, having Conte in there is just having Conte in there just feels kind of going against what Spurs need. Because Spurs need a rebuild, but Conte is not there to rebuild. So I actually think that them being successful is counterproductive. It is. Them getting top four is counterproductive. I'm not saying that just a thingy. I'm just saying that if they get top four, they're gonna sign experienced players, but they're just nowhere near the level of Chelsea, Man City, and Liverpool. I don't think they'll be able to consolidate top four easily because it's Spurs. Like their players, they're not moving in the same direction.
Yeah.
There's some players there that are just nowhere near good enough.
Yeah, they're rubbish.
I don't even think Kane still wants to stay. He's still, even though he scores, he still looks like he's going through the motions. Son is streaky. It's just a team that's incomplete. And yes, getting top four will help them get the right get players in. But players don't really want to move to Spurs either.
It's true. It's true. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if well, look, again, the appeal of London could be a thing. Obviously, the brand new stadium, and obviously Conte being there, so you might get a few more players that want to go there than with a lesser manager. Let's say that. But obviously, the top players don't want to go to Tottenham Hotspur. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
They
but financially, they need it though. So do you think that? I don't know. Do you think they're damned if they do and damned if they don't?
Yeah, they're in a catch-22 situation right now. They need Champions League football, but then all Champions League football brings is pressure and Conte wanting more money.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's one of them ones where if they're not successful, Conte is going to want to leave. If they are successful, there's still going to be a possibility that he wants to leave. So it's one of them ones where they're stuck in between a rock and a hard place, and they've still got Sugar King's still going to want to leave. Kulusevski, there's no guarantee that they'll get him from. They're definitely not getting him from us now. The way that he's been playing, and they've got so many players to get rid of and so many players to bring in. So it's a massive job on their hands, and they've got a manager that is so temperamental right now that
he's so temperamental.
Like if you're a Tottenham fan right now, you don't know what to want. You want to win the North London derby and you want to get in the top four because you want Champions League football. But at the same time, it's like, well, if we do that, then and we don't spend money, then we're going to lose our manager. So,
it's a mad one. It's a mad one.
They got to think positively because, as I said, it is a big game. True. Finally, where's this game won and lost? Where is for Arsenal? Where is this game won and lost? Because from a Tottenham's perspective, we know what they're going to want to do. Sugarcane's when they're going to want to drop in the hole. He's going to want to play the ball over the top. Tottenham are going to want to play on the counter attack. That's where the game's going to be won for them. Where it's going to be lost is if they can't break you lot down and their defenders are rubbish. So from an Arsenal perspective, where is this game won and lost?
I feel it helps that we're not favourites. I think Tottenham are favourites to win this game. And it helps that they need to come out and win. For me, as I said, if we hold our shape, get to halftime 0-0, get to 60 minutes 0-0, I think it's going to be ours for the taking because they're going to be flooding forward. They're gonna have to be flooding forward. I'll be shocked to see if that game pans out. We're dominating the ball, we're going forward, and we're putting them under the cosh. I'll be so surprised to see that. Like the game at the Emirates. It's going to be tight. I don't feel that we're going to win right now. I don't feel that excitement, but I do feel that we could get a draw. So, I think it's definitely going to win. Depends if we defend well, that's how we're going to get something out of this game.
100%. And people, we're going to see what happens. It's a massive game in the North London derby. You can see the truth. He knows that Mike L is going to have his boys ready and primed to take this game and bring Champions League football back to the Emirates.
Bro, if he brings Champions League football, I don't want to hear Mike L again.
Yeah, Mike L is going to take Champions League football back to the Emirates, and then you know, people, the truth is going to have to publicly apologize for his crimes for going against Mike L, bruv. His double apology will be coming very, very soon, bruv. People, don't worry about it. But we got to move on. We got to move on because there is another massive game coming up at the weekend, and it is the FA Cup final between Chelsea and Liverpool. A massive game for both teams. Both teams going in. Obviously, Chelsea just won earlier, so both teams going in off the back of big wins in terms of the Premier League. Obviously, Chelsea beating Leeds more or less guarantees them top four. Liverpool beating Aston Villa, keeping the title race still alive and fighting on all four fronts. Truth, which team needs this more? Is it Liverpool that need it more to go for the quadruple, keep the quadruple hopes alive? Or is it Chelsea because to consolidate such a drop-off in the season to have a trophy to show for it? Especially after losing the League Cup.
Nah, definitely Liverpool. Chelsea is like, it doesn't mean nothing if they win. It just don't mean anything if they win. Like, if they win the FA Cup, like, who cares? Like really, like, who cares?
I think Chelsea will care because it's like, it's another season. Tuchel say it's another season. I've won another trophy.
Their fans are scum. Like, winning the FA Cup to them
we know
don't mean
that.
anything.
We know that.
Like, I feel Liverpool. Think about it. If Liverpool lose the FA Cup, go on to, obviously the league is looking like it's City's, and a lot of pressure is going to be on that Champions League, because if they don't win that, you're finishing the season second with, as Russia said many times, just the League Cup.
That's what I want. No, actually, no, it's not. No, it's not. I want them to do the league and FA Cup double personally. I don't want Chelsea winning a trophy, but I don't want Liverpool winning the league or the Champions League.
Yeah. So exactly. So if that happens, you're thinking, "Ooh, that's not really a great season, just the League Cup." And let's be real, this would be a major trophy for Klopp. Klopp needs this major trophy.
Yeah, well, he's never won it.
Yeah, he's never won. Liverpool haven't won the FA Cup since 2006.
Yeah.
And, you know,
that was the West Ham one, isn't it?
Yeah, the 3-3 is mad, isn't it?
That's crazy.
Mad. So I think it means way more to Liverpool. It means way more to Klopp, because his legacy is always, even though people rate him, everyone keeps on saying, "Oh, you've had one of the best teams for how long?" For about 65 years, I would put it, and you've only won 3 trophies. Like, people are gonna say, "Is that really enough?" Like, if Chelsea win it, they're gonna forget about it anyway. Because if Tuchel goes on a bad run at the start of next year, well, actually, Abramovich ain't there no more. I was about to say he's gonna get sacked, but as I said, trophies don't mean much for me. As a neutral, I hate Chelsea more, but still a neutral. Trophies don't mean more to Chelsea than it does Liverpool, because they're looking for heritage. They're looking for status. They're still competing with you guys to be the most successful team in England. So I think it means more to Liverpool. I think it means more to Liverpool.
I don't know. I think it means more to Chelsea. I think that, considering all the hype that happened at the beginning of the season, obviously Chelsea bringing in the fat man, who is doing exactly what I told you he was going to do when he got to, actually even worse than what I told you he was going to do for Chelsea, right? And all the hype, Chelsea will be in the... Remember, at the beginning of the season, everyone was saying Chelsea's going to be the ones to challenge Man City. Yeah. Liverpool aren't going to be in it. And the drop-off, and obviously the whole issue with Abramovich and the sale of the club and whatnot, which looks like it's going to be over the line sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
But obviously they fell off and they've got the excuse of what's going on off the field, whereas I think they've just been awful in terms of Tuchel and his coaching, and the players just haven't been up for it. So I think to consolidate all of that, I think if Chelsea just finished with a third place, or even worse, a fourth place finish in the league, and that's it, after everything that was said at the beginning of the season, the big money spent on Lukaku, I think that that's a failure from Chelsea personally. So I think if Tuchel was to get the FA Cup, obviously the club says, we got another trophy, and it's a trophy that Chelsea like winning. And it gives Tuchel more time.
You would think they like winning it, but their recent record has been woeful.
Yeah, I know. But it's one of them ones that buys Tuchel time. Don't get me wrong, he's not going to get sacked to the end of the season because he won that Champions League. But I think if he gets another FA Cup, he'll still have till January. Whereas I think that if he doesn't win the FA Cup, he's got 2 months to save his job at the beginning of next season, and then he'll probably get sacked. Let's be honest.
Fair enough.
That's why I think it means more to... Actually, to be fair, I didn't think it means more to Chelsea. I just think it means more to Tuchel more than anything else.
That's what I'm saying. This is like I'm saying. I think it means more to Tuchel. I don't get the feeling from Chelsea fans that winning the FA Cup is an achievement for them for some weird reason, because their club isn't about heritage. Their club isn't about history. Like they just want to win for the sake of winning. They want to win the Champions League so they can win the Champions League, be up there. They want to win the Premier League. It's nothing about heritage. Liverpool, United going for heritage. That's about it. Because City, again, money. Even us, we compete up there. We're the third most successful British club. So us winning trophies means something. City and Chelsea, like it don't mean much. Like it don't mean much them winning these FA Cup. For me, as I said, winning the FA Cup is important. It means that we're the most successful team in the FA Cup. It keeps us ahead of United. And for me, it's one of my favorite trophies. I grew up with it. So I just don't think, as you said, I think it means more to Tuchel than Chelsea.
No, fair enough. And look, at the end of the day, Chelsea are in a bit of a sticky situation right now in terms of their club. Like, they can't negotiate with anybody. Obviously, Rudiger's on his way to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Christensen's on his way to Barcelona. Aspilicueta hasn't re-signed. So it's going to be a massive rebuilding job for Chelsea. No one knows what's going to happen with Lukaku. No one knows what's going to happen with Ziyech. So like Tuchel's got a massive job on his hands in terms of rebuilding. So I think winning the FA Cup will ease some of that pressure. And obviously Chelsea can then say, oh, well, we want another, when they go to try and sign players, we've another trophy's been in the bank. Our manager's been successful. Come to us as we try and stop the juggernauts that are Liverpool and Manchester City. But we have to say that if a team has, apart from Man City, as much as we say that City and Liverpool are far ahead of everybody else, every time these two have met, they've drawn. So Tuchel knows how to play. Tuchel obviously knows how to play against Klopp. Obviously, you had the League Cup where it went to penalties, but they've always drawn. And it's one of them games where you can't really pick a winner, because both of them, they have spells in games. So it's going to be a mad, interesting one in terms of the outcome of this. And it's just going to be interesting because how does Klopp field his team knowing that he's then got to play, he's still going for the Premier League. So who does he play? And we know they can rotate in terms of their forward players. My whole thing is that I don't believe in terms of the midfield, you can mess with that if you want to beat Chelsea. I think you can rotate the front three as long as Mane is playing, as City go 5-1 up. Who scored that one? I don't even know. I didn't see it. Was it Grealish? Oh, Sterling scored. As long as Mane is playing, I think you can rotate the rest. Yeah. But in terms of that midfield, I know Fabinho. I think Fabinho came for the knock, but I think he'll be all right. It has to be Fabinho. It has to be Thiago, and it has to be Jordan Henderson. I don't think you can afford to play Curtis Jones or Naby Keita in that midfield against Chelsea.
No.
So,
although I like the way Keita was actually playing against Aston Villa. Yes, I actually saw the game. He might
he was
be
good.
decent.
He's good, but I think a game of this magnitude, especially if
but Fabinho is having he got injured yesterday.
Oh no, but I don't know how serious it is. I don't know how serious it is.
It's glute, so I don't know if they take a risk.
Well,
because it's a muscle issue.
But I think if he can play, he has to. I don't think they can go into that game without Fabinho. Just like I don't think Chelsea can go into this game without Kante.
Kante's been awful recently.
Yeah, I know, but they still need him
Big
because
game,
the one thing it's a massive game and high octane. You know, Liverpool are high octane. So like I think if in all of that, I think those two are the two most crucial players in this. Fabinho has to, because if Liverpool play without Fabinho, I think it's open season in that midfield. I don't think anyone does the job that he does. Bruv, don't talk to me about that donkey, bruv. Like he doesn't do what Fabinho does.
Jordan Henderson is the I can't even say it. I was gonna bring him up, so I can't even say it. Even yesterday I was calling that guy cack.
He's so rubbish, bro. Like, bruv, he's the luckiest man in football. Let's say that.
I'm telling you.
He's the luckiest man in football that he plays with. So like Klopp has a massive thing in terms of figuring out how he's gonna rotate and who's gonna play and who's not gonna play. And so does Tuchel, because does the fat man play or does he go back to Havertz?
Oh, that's a hard one.
Yeah,
because Havertz, he has a little purpose ball, but he was cack. He's just suddenly gone rubbish. Couldn't hit the barn door.
Exactly.
Lukaku's got 3 and 2. So
I think the fat man has to play against Van Dijk, and I think he causes Van Dijk and
that's the thing. He doesn't.
I think he causes Van Dijk and Konate more problems than Havertz will.
I don't think he does.
Than Havertz will, because
Van Dijk and Konate, especially Van Dijk, they will relish a physical battle.
Oh, Van Dijk, yeah. Van Dijk,
Lukaku just isn't smart. He's not mentally strong enough.
Bruv, he's not mentally strong. Bruv, he's not mentally strong enough. He's got no touch. He could, bruv, but I still think he causes more of a problem than Havertz, especially with the way how Havertz has been playing recently.
Havertz doesn't need to score.
Yeah, but I think, bruv, I don't think he really brings. But I'll tell you another crucial player. As much as he is rubbish, bruv, Werner has to play. He has to stretch Liverpool. He has to play.
Yeah,
especially up against Trent, bruv. I don't care. Actually, no. Or Zia, someone, bro. Listen, someone has to play against Trent.
Nah, Trent's gonna be fine.
Because his crimes need to be.
Shall I say the one reason why Chelsea? I just don't feel. I have second thoughts about Chelsea, and no matter who they play in midfield, no matter it's just a 3 at the back. You could plan against it. They're gonna Klopp's gonna know. I know they've struggled in games against Chelsea this season, but I think this might be the one step too far. But as you said, there's so many mitigating factors because Liverpool looked tired against Villa. They looked tired. They weren't moving the ball as good. But then they did rest quite a few. And if Fabinho plays, as you said, it's depending on that. So
yeah. There's
loads
so
of
many
factors.
Loads of factors. But truthful, you saying, I'm not asking, this is not part of our predictions, or what are you saying? Who's it, Chelsea or Liverpool for you?
Another impossible one to predict. Right now, my heart is actually telling me that, just going off instinct, because I base my football stuff on instinct. I think Chelsea will scrape something. They'll scrape something, either 1-0 or win on penalties. That's just my instinct. If I'm going just football base, then I would want Liverpool to win. But at the moment, when I say Liverpool, I'm not getting filled with confidence. When I say Chelsea, I think I could see them nicking something. I could see them nicking something. So I'm actually gonna go Chelsea for some weird reason. For some weird reason, I'm going Chelsea. Chelsea 1-0.
I'm going Liverpool extra time 2-1.
Yeah.
Well, Liverpool extra time 2-1, but it's going to be a close game, people, and it is going to be a good game. Every game they've played so far this season have been good games, so it's going to be another good one. Something that you don't need to tune in for. Truth, quickly before we go into Prem predictions. Obviously, it was announced that Haaland is there's been agreement in place for Haaland to leave Dortmund to go to Manchester City. The initial deal is, if we're talking about the transfer fee, it's 51 million pounds. But when you add everything up else, it goes up to 85.5 million pounds. Obviously, Haaland, absolute goal machine, bruv. Scored 85 goals in 88 games for Dortmund.
That's mad.
Absolutely crazy. His Champions League goal scorer record as well. Obviously, I think we all knew it was worst kept secret in football that he was going there. I know you had your say about what needs to happen in the last body. If Haaland goes to Manchester City, there's no more excuses. But it's official now. I want to put in, people, however, and don't worry about my sources. I know my sources. I want to put in that Bayern Munich were in prime position to get Haaland. Where the negotiation fell down is that Bayern refused to pay his wages. I want to put that out there. Bayern were not willing to pay his wages, and Haaland wasn't going to budge on that. And that's all I'm going to say on that. But City was not City. Don't get me wrong, City was up there in terms of choice, but Bayern was the preferred destination. But unfortunately, Bayern didn't budge on the wages, and they're looking to go elsewhere. But he's going to Manchester City. For you, Truth, I'm not going to ask you about the goals. I'm not going to ask you about what City should win, because we're saying City should win everything: Charity Shield, Community Shield, Police Badge Shield, everything, bro. Every trophy under the sun, City should win. What I'm saying is, how does this change the dynamic of the Premier League? Does this just become a thing where now Man City have turned into the Golden State Warriors? Is that what we're dealing with now? It's just blown everyone away now.
I think that's the perfect analogy for this. Haaland has done a Kevin Durant. He has joined a championship winning team, a Centurion team, a team that's got 100 goals without near 100 goals without a striker. Him joining it is just gonna put them over the top. But wouldn't it just be football if he goes in there and then City still can't win the Champions League? City lose the league.
Oh, mate. No, not lose the league, but it would just be poetry in motion.
Yeah.
If he goes there and they go out the Champions, like that day is the day that the slot. Listen, Pep. Oh my Lord, Pep could never show his face.
I'm telling you.
There's no excuses. I would say there's no excuses, but it blows the Premier League out the water, bro. There's no point. There's no point. I know Liverpool, we don't know who Liverpool are going to buy yet, but unless Liverpool get Mbappe, I don't see any.
Imagine that. Hey, Liverpool might need to do that, Look, if I was Klopp, I'd be like, look, Mbappe, I know you want to go Real, but, you could come and make yourself a legend.
Right now, bro. He's looking like he's looking to sign a new deal with PSG.
Bro, I told I'm going to see Mbappe soon. If he signs that deal with PSG, then don't come back and ever want and claim Ballon d'Or. I'm sorry, you can't stay in that dead league and claim to want to be the best in the world. That league is awful. You're not going to achieve anything staying an extra 2 years. There's nothing to achieve. Like, what are you going to achieve?
He wants to be the first one to bring the Champions League to PSG.
Nah, forget Champions, because the Champions League don't mean anything with PSG. Champions League doesn't mean anything. The whole point is that their squad is put together to win the Champions League. So what's going to win the Champions League? And even if you win it, if Messi's still there, it's still going to be Messi's Champions League. It's still going to be Neymar's Champions League. He's going to be, he'll still be the third option. Like no one would really be like, oh, this is Mbappe's Champions League. It's still going to be about Messi and Neymar.
Messi, I think Neymar, no. I think Neymar, no. I think Mbappe, with the pedigree that he's got, especially if he goes and scores a goal in the Champions League final, I think And you can say that about definitely second option in terms of the way how it's lauded and celebrated. But yeah, no more excuses for Pep now, bro. Like, and obviously this is only one sign, and we don't know who else City are gonna sign.
Mad.
So it's just gonna be absolutely crazy. Like, and Erling Haaland is a great addition to the Premier League.
You know, but
I can't wait to see him though.
He got signed for an initial 51 million. Isn't that crazy? We're talking about an elite goal scorer at 21 years of age. 21,
crazy.
22, like.
It should be at least 250 million.
I'm telling you, like, you can't sign no one like that no more.
But I think Dortmund realised that the only way they were going to get him is if they agreed to these terms.
Yeah,
it's the only way they were going to get him. So they said, yeah, we'll take him for the 2 years and then let him go for whatever it is. And they got the goals out of him. So you got to credit Dortmund for bringing him through. The only thing I will say about Haaland, and don't get me wrong, he's still got so much development in terms of developing his game, his link-up play and whatnot, and not just because you can't just be an out-and-out goal scorer in this league. And it's how Haaland adapts to Pep's playing style as well. But the one thing I will say, especially this season, injuries.
Yeah,
and he's been out over the period of the season for a month. Couple of weeks here and there, but a month here and a month there. So those growing pains that he's going through as well could be massive in terms, because what City don't want, obviously they can cope without it, but what they don't want is another Aguero.
That's true.
And it's like what could have been, because we know if Aguero could have stayed fit throughout for the majority of his tenure at Man City, he would have broken Shearer's record in terms of goal scoring and whatnot. So it's a gamble, but at the same time, it's stupid. It's stupid. After KDB's out here scoring 4 goals, and then you're gonna go and add Erling Haaland to the mix, bruv. It's nuts. And obviously,
You better win. I'm sorry, there's no.
Yeah, I know. And us being Arsenal and Man United fans, all we have to do is sit there and be envious.
That's the most annoying thing for me. Like we're already far behind. And we're just getting further behind with the signs.
It's crazy. But we'll see what happens with Erling Haaland, people, and we'll go way more deeper into it once we go into the next Premier League season. But truth, time for predictions.
Yep, I clawed my way back. I'm sticking in there like Liverpool. I'm now 1 point behind with 3 game weeks left or 2?
2 game weeks.
2 game weeks left. Whew. I won by 1 point. It's close. I'm fighting to the end. So let's start this week. TJ's got 11. I'm on 10. K and SD still battling away to who gets relegated. Let's begin. Tottenham versus Arsenal. I want you to begin with this one.
ST sent me his scores. So ST's gone for 2-1 Spurs.
Ooh. Okay.
Bro, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I am going to go with my gut. And I am going to say 3-1 Spurs.
Oof, 3-1.
I'm going with my gut. My heart's saying 2-2. My heart is saying 2-2. I'm going to go 3-1 Spurs.
I'm going for the draw. I'm going 1-1.
My heart was saying 2-2, but
it's mad though, because I just feel that Arsenal always surprise me when we're underdogs. Like we're underdogs against Chelsea, underdogs. Somehow we're underdogs against United.
I don't understand. That was stupid. That was stupid.
So yeah, I could see us doing something.
So can I.
Because it's just Tottenham, isn't it? You can't predict Tottenham. I'm going for the 1-1.
I'm just going based off the record at the stadium, and the fact
Nah,
that
I
Arsenal
think-
fans are going to be in the stadium, Spurs fans are going to be gassed. I don't know. And I think they're going to be confident after the Liverpool result. So, yeah, but...
I think they're going to come out all guns blazing.
100.
So, next game is Tottenham versus Burnley. That's the 12 o'clock game. Ooh, wait, what? Oh,
Yeah.
there's no game on Saturday.
What do you mean?
There's no game on Saturday.
Is there not?
No.
Oh, yeah, the Tottenham Burnley games. Yeah. Because FA Cup final day, innit? So, no games on FA Cup final day.
Is that? Nah, that's not new. I remember they used to play some games on the FA Cup final day.
Nah, it's League Cup final day they do, not an FA Cup final day. Because normally FA Cup's after the league, but obviously because of every permutations.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right, yeah. Okay, so Sunday, Tottenham versus Burnley.
ST said 1-1.
So you're saying that's going to be over?
I'm going to say 2-0 Tottenham.
2-0. Burnley fighting for their lives. I'm going to be surprised if they grab something here. I'm fighting for their lives. Nah, I'm gonna say 3-1 Tottenham. I think they have to win. Let's go for Man City, West Ham, Man City. I'll do that one. I think the title race is over that day. Yeah, I think they win the title because they could wrap up the title in this game. Because if they score about how many, like Liverpool aren't getting that because they've got +7 right now. So they wrap up the title in this game. I say they win 1-4. Yeah, I think they wrap up the title now. What are you saying?
ST said 3-0 City.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 2-2.
Ooh.
I think they're going to drop points in this game.
So it's going to come down to the final day.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's go Newcastle, Arsenal. That's on a Monday. Yeah, Newcastle, Arsenal on a Monday.
ST said 2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the same, 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal. I'm going to say, away from home. I'm going to say 2-0. I'm going to say 2-0. And hopefully that wraps up top 4 for us.
Yeah, probably will, to be fair.
Next game is Southampton, Liverpool. Southampton, Liverpool. What does ST say?
You said 3-0 Liverpool.
3-0? What are you saying?
I'm going to say 3-1 Liverpool.
3-1. I think Southampton are finished.
Yeah, so do I.
Although they still need a win, though.
Nah, they're safe.
Not mathematically.
They're safe, man.
They got to 40 points. Are they on 40 points here? But if Leeds win 1...
They're safe, man. That relegation battles between Burnley, Leeds,
crap. Look at their points difference. Yeah, I just saw their goal difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're safe. Yeah, they're safe. Just about, though. I'm going to go... Yeah, they're on the beat. So I'm going to go 4-0 Liverpool. And last one is Chelsea versus Leicester.
This is a difficult one, man, because we don't know if Chelsea's going to be on a high or a low.
Yeah.
And they're going to look to be on holiday. The ST said 2-2.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 2-1 Chelsea.
Just because they're at home?
Yeah, that's the only reason why.
I'm gonna go 3-1 Chelsea.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I give them the win, purely because they're at home. That's it, literally it. And Leicester, but Leicester got Vardy back and man scored 2 goals, so you never know.
Yeah, I'm going 3-1. That's it. No United game because they're on holiday. They're not even going to show up for the Crystal Palace game.
No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't show up for the Crystal Palace game. Just give Crystal Palace the 3 points and call it that. But people, that is a wrap. It's been a good show. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. But let us know what you think in the comment section. Let us know who you think is going to win the North London derby. Is it going to be Spurs? Is it going to be Arsenal? Make sure you give Mike L his flowers in the comment section and go against this guy on the screen here.
Next week is going to be the Arteta out show.
No, it's not. Next week is going to be Arteta for life show. That's exactly what that's exactly what it's going to be after Mike L deals with Tottenham and deals with Newcastle and then deals with Everton. He's going to do everything, literally everything. And then he's like, they probably might even give him another contract at the end of the season just for the great work that he's going to do. So make sure you put in the comment section and show your love for Mike L. Also, FA Cup final, let us know who you think is going to win. Is it going to be Liverpool? Is it going to be Chelsea? Who do you think it means more for? Is it Liverpool? Is it Chelsea? Does Tuchel need this to keep his job for a little bit longer? And will this be a bad loss if Liverpool don't win it, considering what's going on in the Premier League right now and the permutations in the Champions League? And Erling Haaland, let us know what you think. Does City now have to win everything now that he's been signed? And is it probably the cheapest, best deal in the history of football, considering what Manchester City have paid? It's ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah. Imagine, man, only because the fee to Dortmund was 51. Imagine Harry Maguire, we had to pay Leicester 80 million. That's not including everything else. And Erling Haaland's gone for 51 million, bruv. This is how you know, bruv, that English white man tax is hefty, bruv. Yeah, a hefty tax, bruv. But,
it is.
But, yeah. But I want to say thank you very much to my guy, The Truth. Thank you very much, sir.
Pleasure, man.
As always. People coming up, obviously, Footie Chat will be back as we do our penultimate Footie Chat. And obviously, it'll be the last week of the season.
We've got 2 more left.
Yeah, 2 more left.
1 more and then season review.
Yeah, and then people, I'm going to get on to the blower, to Mr. KA. We're going to try and get NBA talking next week because we've got so much to talk about. So we're going to try and get that in for you as well.
We need to get to the finals talk when it's going to be Haaland going up against CP3 for who's going to get their first. This guy's laughing.
Man said Haaland, bro. No, man got 14 points. Listen, this guy has literally gone into Philly, just to sabotage. Bruv, you heard Stephen A. He said top 15 coaches of all time, bruv. Listen, Doc.
I love when you said top 15, you know. Now, imagine you could have said top 5 or top 10. No one ever says top 15. When you said that, I said no.
Oh, man. But yeah, people, listen. When NBA talk comes, it's going to be absolute madness. It's going to be so much fun. And Cooking with Rash allegedly wants to be on the show. Whether he comes on or not is a different story. But yeah, you're definitely going to get that, people. But stay safe out there. Be safe, and we shall see you very... Oh, no. And before we go, as usual, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. Share. As I say all the time, we are here. Don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. People, stay safe out there. Be safe. And we shall see you very, very soon. Peace.
Peace.